We're back again, back again. The gang is back in town in the Condeezy, real comfortable. Okay, it's your girl DJ Miss Milan.
And it's your girl, Yansneen, and we are here for episode 27.
27.
Yeah, as we go up and up in episode, I'm just like, oh my God, okay. Go team.
The growth. The growth
Facts.
is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, sister. So
Likewise.
shout out to us. Episode 27. And it is a great, great, great number, 27. I feel like I remember being 27. Like, that was a good time in my life. That 27 to 28 year was a really nice time because it was scary considering that, you know, the 30s was right around the corner. But it was very much so like a time where I started to find a little bit of myself and find out what it is that I really wanted to do with myself. So episode 27 is a good reflection number. So thank you for mentioning that. I love that.
And we manifesting today. I don't know if y'all peeped, but going forward, I will be in the manifestation version of the condo. Because we need the condo to give rich,
luxurious, lovely.
M's in the bank accounts, you know.
Major M's, black card.
So I hope y'all like my manifestation.
We love it. We love it. Okay, I'm finna come over as soon as this episode is done.
Okay, period.
And as you can see, I got the plants going. I'm in the other room of the condo.
Yes.
Okay, because we got multiple rooms here. So I got the plant room going. You know what I'm saying? This is the garden room for all my gardening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. But girl, how are you? How's your week?
My week, I know we first kicked off this visual podcast with you all, you know, congratulations to us. But, you know, it was a little down the first week of us coming back because unfortunately, you know, things were going on in life that we can't control. And I was really, really sad and depressed and busted and disgusted and all those things. But today I feel a lot better. God is so good and so great. Like they say, there is a silver lining after the storm. You know, the rainbow does come after the storm. So I just been really embracing those emotions of being a human being, grieving and all of those things, but also still finding, like Natasha Bedingfield said, that pocket full of sunshine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put it in my titty and I hold it close. Okay. So my week was absolutely amazing. I would just say it was a very, very big gratitude week for me because I was able to go to Boston first and foremost. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to Sadiq. Shout out to the Blair Bitch Project. Shout out to Red Bull. Shout out to the Record Co. Shout out to Berklee College of Music. I sound like I'm giving an honorary speech already because this week was so phenomenal. I got the opportunity first to go to Boston to speak at Berklee's College of Music, which was phenomenal. Okay, when I say the students, the staff, the professors, it was just an amazing time because I always said that I wanted to do more speaking engagements. And considering the fact that I know y'all be like, you're not that shy, Milan, but I am shy sometimes, you know, and I do want to step out of my comfort zones and step more into different things and different layers of myself. And people have always told me, like, number one, you have a great voice. A lot of us don't like to hear our own voice. You know, you'll tell me that and I'll be like, okay. Whatever. But, you know, I guess when enough people tell you, you gotta believe it. You gotta do something with it. So I was like, all right, you know what? God, put me in a position where I can candidly speak on topics that I'm familiar with and also impact people with the words that I'm saying. So I got this opportunity, second one for the year, actually. The first panel that I did was with Honor Active in Brooklyn for Black History Month. And now this panel, which I was just the special guest speaker, to be honest, it was a one-on-one. They ain't even had nobody else. It was just me and Toki, the professor, who was interviewing me, and it was just a great space. I was very overwhelmed with the fact that people really came to see me and hear me talk. You know, sometimes we don't realize how impactful we really are and the things that we do. People are paying attention. Even if people don't give us those flowers or those likes or whatever it may be, people are very much so inspired by us and really, you know, impacted by us. So to see the students just be so open to hearing me speak and hear my story. And then, at the end where they open up the floor, usually that's like the determining factor if, you really are impactful. Because if people got questions, they going to
Yeah.
line that ass up, And I didn't want to be a thing where it's like, okay, we're going to open the floor and then nobody want to ask those questions.
Yeah.
Like,
And then it's just like, well, it was
oh,
so nice to be here. I know
you.
exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that happen and be like, ooh, child,
Oh,
yikes.
thank you
Okay.
for having me. I appreciate y'all, But no, they actually stood up. It was a few questions in the house that made me feel like, oh, wow, you guys actually want to hear from me. And the fact that my advice, my knowledge, my expertise, whatever it is that I was there to bring, they received that. So thank you to Berkeley
Mm.
College for having me. Shout out to Sadiq once again and the Blair Bridge Project for, coordinating that event for me and also coordinating the Empower Beats Boston. Okay. When I say the girls of Boston came out,
They certainly did. Let me tell y'all, I was watching her stories like, yo, it shit is fucking lit. Okay, bitch.
litty like a titty in the motherfucking city. Okay. When I say Boston, I love Boston so much. And Boston has such an
Mm,
underground scene of music,
yeah.
culture, creativity. It's like it's very untouched. So it's a great, great space to be in when you have the underground scene like that. And for me, I just was so excited because I always wanted to do, and I want to continue to do more and more Empower Beats. And those of you that don't know, Empower Beats is my women DJ community that I mentor women DJs and I put together panels and workshops and things of that nature. Is my, philanthropic work, if you would. Did I say that word right? I don't think I said it right, but you know what I
Philanthropic.
mean.
Yeah.
Philanthropic. There we go. Okay. Is my philanthropic work that I do that I'm really, really excited about. And I feel really like in my purpose. So
Yeah.
I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity to not only speak at my very first college, but won't be my least. It won't be my last because I know I'm gonna speak at an Ivy League. Harvard gonna be knocking on the door. So you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a Miss Milan class. Professor Vanessa
Would you
is here.
ever do like a guest lecturer situation where it's like you are a lecturer for a semester or literally like a teacher? Like, would you do that?
I, of course, would do that.
Oh, that would be so cool. Like teaching DJing?
I would do that, and the reason why that even sparked for me was because of the workshop that I did. I include the DJ Intro 101 where I teach the girls the basics, the very, very
Okay.
basics of DJing, from mixing, BPMs, tempos. Then we touch the hardware, the equipment, we learn certain things. And just even in that, I was a little nervous, I'll say, because even though I've been doing this for I'm about to approach my 10-year anniversary. I have like one more year before we do that. But
Mm,
it seems as if I was a little nervous because, yes, I am knowledgeable because I do the DJing, but it's teaching the thing that
yeah.
is a little different. So for me to teach it, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be very myself, if you will. I'm not gonna be like a super duper, professor. I'm gonna be Miss Milan, the professor. And this is how I
Yeah.
teach. This is how people can gravitate. I made sure every time, did everyone understand? We got it. One band, one sound. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it was amazing. And I'm gonna just say before we get into your week, sis, one of the biggest highlights of that was the girls coming together, meeting each other. But one specific girl, I forgot her DJ name. I do apologize, but I will never forget your face and your story. She was a girl from India, and she told me verbatim that she only been DJing for 2 weeks, and the fact that this was a space for her to be liberated as a woman from India, and the fact that they're so oppressed and suppressed, as women, they
Mm,
can't really even do certain things, certain things are just taboo. She told
yeah.
me verbatim the fact that this was a space for her to just be herself and to be, in fact, like she said, a rebel, to be a radical. I I was like, okay, God, I hear you loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
not only just teaching DJing, we really changing lives. We are expanding. We are exposing people
Um,
to the endless possibilities. And even if these girls don't go on to become DJs, it's just the opportunity for you to do something outside of your fear zone. And a lot of the
mhm.
girls had a little bit of fear or a lot of bit of fear, and the space was just beautiful. Once again, shout out to Red Bull, shout out to the record company in Boston. Anyone that's in Boston, if you are interested in a recording space, the record company is an amazing spot. They got like 20 different studio rooms. They are amazing and they're for the community. So they give you affordable music sessions and studio sessions, etc., etc. So once again, shout out to Boston, shout out to the Record Co, shout out to Sadiq and the Blair Bitch Project, Red Bull for sponsoring, and the Boston Girlies. Okay, let me swallow my spit. That's all I gotta say. What
And I
you
think,
got going on, sister?
I was gonna say, I think that's dope too, because I feel like the name of your, what would you call it? Like
Community.
your community. I think it's very
Organization.
fitting. Yeah. Empower. Like, you're literally empowering women. I think that's really
Yeah.
dope.
Thank you.
Of course, girl. It's funny too, because when I seen your graphic go up about the Femmies, the first thing I said was like, Empower Beats is like such a strong name. Like, it's a really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a really good name.
And you know us when it comes to branding.
Girl, that's
the
all. Like, as
name.
soon as I seen it, I was like, ooh, I like that. Okay.
The name.
Yeah. But my week was really affirming. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have my week was pretty regular. I did see some pretty dope shows this week. I went to go see Kim last night. That was amazing. Shout out to Drew, who got me to see. It was crazy because when I got there, packed. It was crazy. I knew it would be packed. It's Kim.
It's Kim.
But I just I don't know. It didn't click for me till I walked in. I'm like, oh my God, it's not gonna be no seats. And when I get there, I told the guy, like, oh, I should be on the guest list. And prior to me talking to him, this is couple in front of me that I guess they had bar seats. So it was at Blue Note. For those, I don't know if anybody has been to Blue Note, but once the bar fills up, like, you have to stand even if you paid for a seat. So she's just like, she's like, we paid for these seats. We're not gonna get no seats. When I walk in, I'm like, oh, I'm such and such. She's like, oh, she's from Pandora. Find her a seat. I was just like, I'm sorry. She's looking at me like, oh, she must be important. Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Yes, I am. You know you important when you could drop your own name.
Right. Period. I was like, oh my God. And I think this is the first time where it really clicked. Like, okay, you're like somebody in this space. Like, they just, I know, but it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I have a lot of imposter syndrome, if I'm being honest.
I feel that.
So moments like that, I was just like, okay, they just told all these people they're not gonna have a seat, and as soon as I walk in, I'm late. Find her a seat. I was like,
that makes it worse for them,
right?
But better for you.
I saw him, incredible performance. He has amazing stage presence. Also, I also saw Jane Hancock. I might have talked about this last week, but saw Jane Hancock. She's also incredible performer.
Love her.
For those who aren't familiar with her, she dropped an album last week. I did talk about this last week. I put it on the set list, but I think one thing I wanted to just kind of like pull or point back to was her album was great, but her live performance was phenomenal. And I think that live performance is becoming such a lost art, especially with now we have all this implementation of AI. People just feeling like you could just be behind the screen and not necessarily put any effort into your stage show. But your stage show is literally, especially as we go into this era of so much digital shit and AI just all in the mix, your stage show and your personality, the world building, like, that is what's literally going to separate you from everything else in the space. So seeing her live, like, and now I'm realizing I probably did talk about this last week, but it was so phenomenal that I'm talking about it again.
Yeah.
Because I can't get over that performance.
I love her.
But yeah, so shout out to Jane Hancock. But outside of that, I just, this week was a chill week. It was definitely a switch up from the previous week, because the week before I feel like I was burnt out. I was stressed out. I didn't have a free time for nothing. It was just back to back to back, and I just felt like really overwhelmed. But this week was a little more laid back. And I also got invited to Europe. I'll talk about it in the set list, but I will be going to Europe in May for a conference. So I'm really excited about that. Even that was affirming, because it's just like, yo, this music is going to take me all over the fucking world.
Around the world.
Like,
it is.
And like, again, it's just so affirming, because like I never, like, it just doesn't occur to me that my influence would be in Europe to where they would want me to come speak to artists over there. Like, you just don't think about that stuff. It's like everything for me has just been like very localized and immediate. What am I doing right here? And I think this week really made me recognize, like, girl, you have influence everywhere. You need to lean into it and like give yourself more credit.
A lot more credit. Okay, y'all, you've been in the when we talk about like in these streets, in these streets like a 304. You feel me? Like in these streets, working your set in these streets. Like, Yon, you've been in these fucking streets, bro. Like, you are what I would like to consider the streets A&R. You feel
I love
me?
that.
Like, you legitly, you don't even need a title from an exact label or anything of that to be considered what you are, because people are very highly appreciative, and they are influenced by you and your words and what you say and your music taste. Like, I know for a fact you and I are good friends because your music taste is impeccable. I'll
Yeah,
be honest
girl.
with you, you know? So yeah, you definitely have to lean in more and more. And also, not to mention your platform with raw form that you have going on as well too. Is like you are just expanding in so many different layers, so many different territories, especially with reasonable dialogue. I mean, we here doing visuals now, you know what I'm
Girl, oh my
saying?
God. I'm
Like,
just like,
this
I'm
is
so
big.
excited for the year that we're gonna have.
This is
Because
big.
I feel like people, and to your point, because I know you've said this before, like where we kind of just don't give ourselves enough credit sometimes. I think that this year is gonna be very defining for us as like a duo, individually, because I think we're really stepping into our light in a more like a highly intentional way where we're putting the shit in y'all face.
Mhm.
And I'm just really excited to see how this is going to play out because man, like hide behind the camera for what? Like we here, nigga, what's good?
And the thing is, you got a lot of ugly motherfuckers on camera. Like, at least you got some badass niggas on
Okay,
camera.
with
You know what I'm
some
saying?
brains. Okay.
Brains, good music taste. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable dialogue. No pun, but all big pun. R.I.P. nigga. Anyways, that is our homegirl check in. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for us to get into some updates in the world, because, what we can do is we can always hide ourselves in the condo. But when we open that door, we got to face reality. And reality is there's a lot going on outside in these streets, unfortunately. But some quick little updates. Horrible timing to be traveling.
Horrible timing, which kind of sucks because we have a lot of traveling to do.
We do.
But the facts are the facts. It's a horrible time to be traveling amid everything that's happening, the conflict overseas. The U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem has told Americans that y'all are on your own. And I don't know, but I kind of think that that's a little fucking crazy.
I think that's a lot of
It's a
crazy.
lot of crazy. I think the concern for me, and I'm sure millions of people, is like when you decided we were going to enter into this war, why did you not have any plans for how like people overseas that are Americans, like there was just no plan. It just seemed like there was no plan. It was just we're going to war. Figure it out.
Listen, they don't think up there because the elevator stops in their pussy and their balls. Like, it don't go up no further. I don't think we realize how selfish our government system honestly is. We thought that we were voting people in who were here to serve the people. That's what
Yeah.
the Constitution was for, the fucking people. And the fact that we have to honestly deal with just incompetent idiots
Yeah.
in these seats. That's why I said the other day, if y'all don't take a chance on yourselves now to achieve your wildest dreams, you're going to miss out, because this is evidence that you can literally do anything in this world.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have a felon who used to be a goddamn reality TV star.
As the president, like literally making calls about a war.
Again.
Like,
So you can't tell me dreams are not true. You can't tell
yeah.
me they can't happen. Because if these evil niggas could literally be achieving some shit, I'm sorry. You can't tell me that good can't be achieved in good integrity. Like, it may take us, and you know what? I refute that. Because we always say that it takes us a long way to get to success or whatever it may be, because we're not skipping steps or we're not doing the things that people or evil people are doing per se, whatever. But I don't think that's skipping steps. I just think everything happens according to the way it was supposed to happen, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you shouldn't even look at what's going on and think, damn, what's the point of being a good person? Because I see a lot of that online too.
Yeah, I
People are
do too.
always thinking that because evil is looking like they're winning, that means you should also join the team. Like,
But even that, it's
hello.
like my I feel like that their legacy, even though they're winning, they have a legacy of evil. I feel like your legacy should be what is at the core of your intent behind how you navigate this lifetime. If you want a legacy of positivity and helping people and changing lives, like that is what should matter to you. That in itself is the win. It's not,
Mhm.
oh, this person is rich because they're evil. Like they're rich because whatever decisions they made that were evil, and they're going to have a legacy of being evil and doing evil things. And nobody like that's how you want to go out.
As
That's your legacy.
I think about that all the time. That's why sometimes I will delete a tweet because I'm like, listen, I don't want that to be my digital footprint.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all niggas to, God forbid I'm gone. Y'all niggas
Like, look how
remind
mean she
me.
was. Look what she said. Like,
Now,
that wasn't me.
now, I'm gonna be real. If I said some shit that was crazy, you probably deserved it. Okay, there's certain things I'm not gonna take back. You
Yeah, I
were
feel
a
that.
fucking
I feel
asshole,
that.
But just the way how you think and this whole era of like grifting and how people are just choosing to literally, like when I say, even if they don't agree with it, they will literally just spew the misinformation, the negativity, the
Yeah.
propaganda because there's dollars behind it and there's visibility. As they say, people don't want to hear the truth when the lie is more entertaining. And that's the unfortunate era of where we are with everything. Everything. That's why the government literally can lie to the people. Like, what was it? I think it was a post that they had where they literally just, I mean, every post. I can't even pick one.
First of all, before you even get into it, I have such a deep issue with the fact that everything that we're getting from our government is tweets.
Yes.
Where's the fucking like y'all can't go to an office and have a meeting about this shit, make a decision, like you know, do something that actually involves action. Like, why are we getting all of like what is the Twitter shit? Like, I don't understand why the action that we're getting from Congress is tweets and vibes in the middle of a war.
Them niggas think they us.
Right. Like, I'm just so confused. It's funny because I had tweeted that. That shit went like mega viral. And I was like, I wasn't joking. I'm so serious. Like, where's Congress? They're on Twitter.
Like this is the time if everybody want to talk about being professional and all of these, politics when it comes to like, professionalism, these niggas don't have none of that.
Right. So why should we? What are we talking about?
Why do we need decorum when these niggas don't even give a fuck? Okay? So fuck these niggas at the end of the day. Fuck these niggas. But yes, it is traveling is a little
Yeah,
for
so make sure
those.
y'all do y'all due diligence and figure out where exactly y'all going, what the situation with y'all, what that country is with in relation to this whole conflict. Because
Uh-huh.
the last thing you want is to be stuck in another country and then the embassy says, "Figure it out."
Yes, because there's people that's stuck currently in Dubai
Yeah,
that we've been seeing a lot of. Like they making content out of it, which is crazy. I'll be like, damn, y'all make content out of everything. But yeah,
like damn, y'all look at that bomb. Like, yeah, you might want to find cover.
like, nigga, why are we taking selfies? The missiles is over the head. The fuck? Sorry, it's not funny, but it's
not,
real.
but it is because goddamn, we are we are very unserious people. Like
No.
we are very unserious.
Somebody brought up no. Somebody brought up the point that during the pandemic, I will never forgive a lot of you niggas. A lot of you niggas during the pandemic, I get you were trying to do your best to show solidarity. You were trying your best to show support, but niggas made TikTok viral dances during the era of COVID when niggas was dying. Niggas was.
Yo, this is so funny.
I will never forget.
Oh
this
my
dance
god, me either.
because
So, like,
of
I forgot
COVID.
about it until you just did it. Holy shit.
The what was the challenge? The silhouette challenge.
The
Y'all
silhouette
naked.
challenge was that was a nasty era. Y'all niggas is disturbing.
Disturbing because it was supposed to be sexy. It was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to be
Right.
cute.
And y'all are
you
just
nasty
disgusting.
nerds.
Yeah. Oh my
Just
gosh.
disgusting. But no, I would never forgive y'all. And this just goes to show tragic times always will give you a good meme. That's a fact. And think about it. Think about the fact that back in the day, what do we have? Artifacts, right? Niggas used to dig up shit to find out the history about people. Now, niggas have memes. Memes are going to dictate the era of life we were in. That's the era
that's so unfortunate though, because it's like if you weren't there, you won't understand the context.
You won't get it. That's why a lot of people who don't understand that early Twitter was a different world.
Yeah.
Like you had to be there for the inception of Instagram, the inception of Twitter. Before TikTok was even TikTok, it was another app that they changed the name to. So a lot of y'all will never
Yeah.
understand and get the I guess the nuance of things and the
But
culture. But
Rory, we still on your ass. You don't get a pass. I fucking forget, nigga.
you ginger bitch, no, we will never forget. Okay, you must. In fact, Rory, you must in fact pay a black woman's rent for the rest of the year. Because we're extending Black History. I saw a tweet where somebody said, and if you thought Black History was just going to stay in February, we extending this bitch to the end of the year because you niggas have been acting up and disrespecting us. So for the rest of 2026, it's Black fucking History every goddamn day.
Black
Until we
History
get our thing.
Year.
It's Black History Year.
Period.
Okay? Rory, put that kufi on and get outside.
And your daughter don't count as the black woman you paying the rent for.
At all. At all. Okay? That being said.
We stupid.
No, but we dead ass. Like, if you an ally, be a fucking ally.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no old tweets, no nothing. You niggas acting like you was down now, but you was not around then. Okay. Anyways, we're not your black friend. Okay. Rochelle Jordan in some upbeat news. She covered the Fader magazine. I thought that was really, really good because I love Rochelle Jordan and I think she's amazing. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's just one of those artists that she's been around for a while. She's not a new artist, but she's finally getting her things. And I love when artists finally get them things. And I'll tell you right now, I wasn't like a day one Rochelle Jordan fan, but I always appreciate good music. And her last project that she dropped, well, the last two projects, honestly, that she dropped for me personally was just phenomenal. The latest one being Through the Wall.
That was a great one.
Definitely a good rotation in my Serato, if you will. And then her last EP, she had Fill Me In. And, she had great features with like Kaytranada, which, we love those vibes with Kaytra and all of them.
Her and Kaytra, like, I would really actually love if they did a joint project together.
Oh my God. I love that.
When they make music together, it's like, they don't miss. It's like
No.
the perfect, because she has like this very specific 2000s, I would even say 90s, like R&B unique tone that I feel like is missing from the space in like a major way. Which is why I don't feel like she gets enough credit. But I feel like that paired with his production style, it's just like fucking magic every time they link. And I would love to hear like a joint EP, a joint album. But yeah, they need to lock in for real.
Him and Justine Skye. I feel like when it comes to her, oh my God. Like, don't get it twisted. I always liked Justine Skye, as a former DJ of hers. I've always had a thing for the girl, but I feel like I don't know if she was given a real chance or if it was more so her. I kind of want to say it's a combination. But when she got with Kaytranada, I feel like she started to expose a new layer of her that we are all appreciating, and we want her to stay in that pocket because it's looking good, it's sounding good. It's like, yes, this is the thing that we wanted from you, and we're so glad that you're here. Give us more.
Only thing I will say, from a programming perspective, I really do hope that in this transition, she doesn't neglect her R&B audience, because when it was submitted to us, the last single, it was submitted as dance. And that was very interesting to me because it very much still had a heavy R&B imprint in the production to me. Like, yes, I do think it is a dance record, but I feel like it was like an R&B dance record. I don't think that R&B was not present in the feel of that song. And she has a big R&B fan base. Like, her fan base lives in R&B. So it's like, don't neglect your fan base because this is working in dance, because you still want the R&B fan base to support your music. And like, they're kind of what got you here.
Couldn't we do a combination though? Like, couldn't we fuse?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. But I don't know if, like, I don't really know what the intent is behind the adjustment on the categorization, because it used to be she would come through as R&B, and now she's coming through as dance. And I know that like we're getting the note like this, she wants to be in that dance space. So it's like, that's cool, but don't neglect your base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm very glad that you said that because I feel like that's the thing that artists tend to do
Yep.
when they can't find a healthy balance of introducing some newness to a potential new audience, but also still catering to the very fans that made them who they are. So I would
Mhm.
agree with that. You have to find that healthy balance. So yeah.
In that same pocket, I also wanna just give some flowers to, Saint Harrison. So he actually is masterful at maintaining like a balance and staying true to his core, right? So some of his music very much leans pop, but I had a conversation with him and he was sharing like he recognizes his core is Black women R&B fans. So he went and he explicitly said, "I'm never gonna neglect them because they got me to where I'm at." And his like he has such a deep reverence for R&B and R&B history and everything that went into building R&B to what it is today that I really can appreciate how intentional he is about staying true to that core R&B audience that got him here while also dabbling in the pop space but still keeping like that R&B sound. And I also think like might as well even just say here too, like R&B could be pop. Like I wish that we would stop. Like, how do we get here where we act like R&B and pop cannot coexist? Like R&B used to dominate the pop chart. So what are we talking about?
And my thing is, doesn't majority of music come from the mother of R&B and blues and all those, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's why when you mentioned that, I was like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't. Okay, yes, you have your categories. We understand that. We know that. And you know what? I have to agree. The genres is just to keep us in a box. I will say so. I will say so. But in the respect of said genre, it's like she's still R&B, but she's just singing on more up-tempo, uh I don't even wanna say electronic? No, I wouldn't even say
It
electronic.
fits
I
there though. That's the thing. Like it fits
it
in dance electronic. Yeah.
it does fit in there, but
That's more
isn't
to me, it's more house.
really
It's like it's not traditional house, but I feel like it has house elements.
like, is there, like, a category for, like, alternative house?
Are we making a category right now?
Are we making a category? I don't know. Maybe it's an alternative house kind of vibe, but it still is under the umbrella of R&B, if you
I
will.
agree.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. And I think that also comes down to just the lack of, in just my opinion, this is all my opinion, y'all. Y'all know it's just my opinion. The lack of respect for R&B, in my
Mm.
personal opinion, to a certain degree, where it's like you you won't really respect the genre unless or respect the artist unless they're in another genre. So for
Mhm.
instance, Justine Skye, like we said, her going into that lane, although her fan base is R&B, it's still like the appreciation for her in another genre kind of like it's like, damn, it's kind of sad. And
Yeah.
in a, you know, I know what I'm saying in my mind. It's probably not coming out all the way right, but it's like it shouldn't take her having to be a part of another genre for you to appreciate her as an artist when her first start was being R&B, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's just my point.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
but shout out to Rochelle Jordan. Shout out Jordan, Rochelle Jordan, my damn Caribbean ass. Covering the Fader magazine
Mm.
March issue actually. So shout out to her. I think that's really really dope. She's getting her flowers. What else we got on this docket? Oh, damn. Prayers for Monaleo, y'all. Prayers for Monaleo. Recently seen that she was in the hospital and she had to cancel the rest of her tour. She's on her tour currently. Well,
Mm.
unfortunately, no more. She was ended up in the hospital for I believe she had a cyst on her ovary. I'm gonna read the message that she said. She said, "I'm sorry, y'all. I'm upset about having to cancel my shows and did not expect this to happen. Yesterday, out of nowhere, got a sharp pain in my lower abdomen. Took 2 pain meds. 2 hours later, went by. The pain got worse. I went to the ER, could hardly make it through the ultrasound without throwing up. Worst pain ever. I had an inflamed cyst the size of a softball that had twisted
Mm.
and cut off blood flow and caused bleeding in her abdomen. She had to have emergency surgery. Unfortunately, she lost the ovary and fallopian tube in the process. She's still in recovery right now. Of course, you guys can definitely go and see the rest of her message. She just said that she's going to work on sorting onboarding, through the refund process, et cetera, and rescheduling dates. Imma just be honest with you, fuck all of that shit. Fuck all of that shit. When it comes to your health, especially as a woman, more specifically as a Black woman,
Mm,
shop gotta get shut down because you
I
can't
agree.
function, and we are always made to feel like we have to be so strong, and we gotta push through, and we gotta keep going, and it's like, you don't get a badge or a gold star for being so strong. I'm sorry, it's just so people can just, continue to feed off of you, if you wanna be real. But no, Monaleo, definitely take your time to take care of yourself, take care of your health. That is a very sad situation to have to go through, losing your ovary, one of your
Uh-huh.
ovaries. I'm sure there's still a possibility because with science and technology that she can still conceive and still have children, et
Yeah, with
cetera.
the
If
other
I,
one.
yeah, if
Yeah.
she is still planning to have more children, of course. But it's just, and I don't want to come off, offensive when I say this, but for us as women in that regard, like, when women have to have hysterectomies and, you know what I'm saying? What is it called? Mastectomies and things of that nature. When we have to have our womanly parts taken from us, it kind of, if not, it does really affect us. So I just want to pray for her mental health and just
Mm,
the fact that she's going through this right now. Any woman who's ever been through something, so severe like that, that is definitely a tough, tough thing to go through. So prayers and thoughts to Monaleo during this time.
wow.
Yeah.
Next on the docket, more unfortunate news. Rest in peace, Bob Power. He was a legendary Grammy nominated producer, audio engineer. He shaped the sound of 90s hip hop and R&B, and he was known for a lot of his work, including his work with Tribe Called Quest, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, The Roots. He passed away, leaving a legacy of influential bass heavy mixes and a 19-year teaching career at NYU.
Which is
Shout out.
fire.
Right.
Which is
It's
fire.
ironic because we were literally just talking about that, teaching as music professionals, like, but still, like, shout out to him. I think, if I'm being honest, when I saw the news, I really had to do some digging into what his credits look like because I was
Uh-huh.
very unfamiliar. But just reading through that, I think what for me, what this it made me realize his passing was just like there's so many incredible people in music on the back end who leave the most insane fucking legacies. And there's so many of them who we just don't know until they pass. And it's like, holy shit, they did
I
that?
hate that. Yes. Yes. I feel the same exact way. It's like, damn. And as the same thing with you, I'm going to be honest. And we are very honest here. We don't
Mhm.
know everything, but we're open to learning and knowing new things, of course. So for me, I wasn't familiar with his legacy
Mhm.
per se, but that's what Google's for. You go and you do your research. You know what I'm saying? And I went and I did my research on him. And I was like, oh wow. And then on top of that, I seen Erica Badu post,
Mhm.
video sending him a tribute. And I did see Questlove. I see him mentioning something, I believe. So definitely something to look into to find out. And like you said, I feel like these are the unsung heroes because we're so
Yeah.
used to always seeing the artist be at the forefront that we always give flowers to the artistry, but there's a whole team
Mhm.
behind these people. And the fact that he was very much so a pioneer in creating and crafting the sound that we love in hip hop, like that to me, to be honest, is important. And a lot of people, as I always say, I give flowers to the producers, I give flowers to the
Yeah.
engineers, especially the producers and the engineers, because those are the people. Well, now producers get a lot more credit and a lot more love than none. But the engineers, them niggas be making y'all sound nice. Add that
Uh,
little melody real quick. You know what I'm saying? Put that little tune on real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like they know how to mix, master. They do the hell out of their jobs. When I be listening to projects, like for instance, Rihanna's Auntie, masterful piece of work for me, to be
uh,
completely honest. The songwriting, the production, the engineering, everything about that is just chef's kiss. But when you think about the people that are behind the scenes that are on the boards, behind the boards, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Those are the unsung heroes. So definitely RIP to Bob Power. That's a fucking fire name.
It
Bob
is.
Power.
And I love that you brought up this point about building a sound because ironically, one of my homies, Barry Hefner, he made a comment about how producers can really carve out a legacy for themselves in today's era. And that's a lot of what he was saying. It's like, y'all niggas need to get back to building sounds. Production isn't just beat making. And if it is for you, that's fine. But I think there's this conversation that needs to be had, that there's a difference between a beat maker and a producer. And granted, like on production credits, if you're just a beat maker, you're still gonna be credited as a producer. But production involves sound building, and I think it's a lot more intricate and um impactful as far as like the artist's career than just making the beat. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, to your point, you don't like some a lot of us don't realize like who these people were that were behind building the sound.
The overall sound.
Yes,
Yes.
this is
Yes.
not just making a beat. We're talking about the sound and direction of these artists' entire careers. This sound was created in partnership with these producers. And granted, I think there's still producers that are building sounds, but it's not in the same way that they were in the 90s, 80s, 70s. Like, I think we do need to revisit that element of music production in today's
Mm-hmm.
era. Like, I think it would help uh greatly the music space if we get back to producers who are working hand in hand with these artists to develop their sound and really craft a unique sound for these artists, because I think that's not just on the artist, that's on the producer, the engineer. um but yeah, I'd say it all to say, just in wrapping it, shout out to Barry Hefner. I think he made a very valuable point about how we get back to producers building legacies in today's era.
Mm-hmm. And I only laugh because I think, was that the tweet that people was trying to attack you on too?
Child, it was
Because
a while ago I had posted, there's a difference between producers and beat makers. And it was just like, oh, they're the same. Y'all need to stop being dickheads about this type of shit, because it's like, we're still producers. Yeah, I didn't say y'all were, but y'all know what I'm trying to say.
you know what she trying to say, fuck nigga. The fuck? But I do agree. And we all
Yeah.
can agree. Even the greats will tell you the same thing.
Uh,
There's a difference between a musician and a beat maker. There's a difference between a producer. And producing, for me, from what I personally learned, is not just you assisting in creating the beat too. You know, you are orchestrating the entire vibe
yes.
of the song, the album, whatever it is you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? The record.
The
You know, since
vocal
people
arrangement. There's like all these different things that go
vocal
into it.
producers,
Yes.
bring back vocal production. I feel like, if I could be honest, I feel like that's just what is also missing a little bit in music,
I
because
agree.
everybody is just going in the studio just for vibes and just doing their own thing. You need those heavy hitters who will sit there and truly direct your voice, help you produce your voice. Like that to me is, I don't want to say it's a lost art, but
Oh, it
I
is a
will
lost art.
say
It's
it,
a
it
lost
is
art.
okay. Well,
It's a lost art. I think, and that's not to say it doesn't exist, right?
a lost
But
art.
lost art in the holistic sense, where there's not a lot of it happening when you consider the amount of music that is coming out.
And just to let y'all know, we have key famous, because you know, black people, black vocal and music producers. Of course, your Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, legendary Teddy Riley, Quincy legendary Jones. We know Quincy Jones. If anybody don't know, he's a Pisces. Shout out to the Mark Pisces, Quincy Jones. You know, along the lines like your Babyface. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Dupri, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. More up to date. I forgot the what's his name? He wears glasses. He's a really cool guy. He's legendary too. Darn it. He runs with Jonte Austin in them.
I love John Austin.
I forgot his name. I'm gonna get his name though. But yes, he also is a vocal producer as well too, that helps with the layering and vocals and all that. He's a vocal coach, I believe too, but I do believe he does vocal production. He's worked with a lot of like Devin Culture and Tone Sith, and
Devin Culture is amazing.
Amazing. I seen a video of him singing. I said,
Oh
boy,
my God. Yeah.
what is this happening in my
And he's from Philly
panties?
too. Shout out to Philly. Yeah.
What is
I'm
this going
not
on
from Philly, but
what is this
South
going on in
Jersey.
my underwear?
Yeah,
Huh?
he's
You're making things tingle down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that. I like that. I don't know. I like that. Shout out to Bob Power and all the amazing legendary people that help move the culture forward. We appreciate y'all, nah, for real. But anyways, what else we got to talk about with y'all? Ooh, I'm gonna let you handle this.
So, a win for human intelligence. AI created art is not eligible for copyright protection after the Supreme Court chose not to review a lower court ruling in 2022. The Copyright Office sold images without human authorship and they claim that they don't qualify for copyright protection. So, this was now affirmed by a district court. So, basically, you can't copyright AI shit no more or
At all.
AI imaging rather. I think we're still in the weeds with everything else, but as far as AI created art, that is off the table,
Okay. I
which
think that's
is
beautiful.
I think it is too.
I think that's beautiful. Which means we can steal from AI now. And y'all bitch asses and your robotic cells can't do nothing. Somebody go get that. What's her name? Monette? That AI singer?
Oh,
Snatch all her shit.
Zanaya.
Fuck her. Snatch all her shit. Take all her shit. Rewrite every fucking song she ever came out and come out with it as your own now. Because that's how y'all want to play when it comes to AI. We could play the same game. So I actually like that because
Yeah.
there had to have been a loophole in this shit. You can't just be utilizing AI, profiting, and then you idiots out there were literally putting your money behind AI, which honestly, we already know what the play was. We already knew what that was. You money laundering hoes. But anyways,
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's really, really distasteful the fact that AI is even used in this way. And it's crazy because I seen Charlie, how you say his last name? Is it Poof? Charlie Poof.
Puth, yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Puth. He actually did sign up to do something with AI. I have to find it exactly for what it is. But I recalled it wasn't him training AI to learn how to use it. It was more so for like isolation of vocals and all this other shit or whatever. Which I mean,
Okay.
go
I
ahead.
have mixed feelings about this entire conversation, right?
Okay.
Mixed feelings, my mixed feelings are very specific though. I am totally against the use of AI in the creation of any type of art. I think art is a human process, and I think to delegate that to AI like completely lacks integrity. I don't.
Really quick. It is tapped in as the chief music officer of a AI platform. And he says, quote, AI, when done right, isn't here to replace musicians. That's all I'm gonna say. Go read the
So that's what
article,
I was
go
going
look
to
it
get
up.
into that. So that's
Yeah.
actually, I'm glad you put that quote out. But again, I think in the creative process, I think it lacks integrity to delegate the creation to AI. I think creation is a human process. It requires life experience, inspiration, emotion, feeling. Like there's just so much that goes into it that AI cannot replicate. So in that way, I think AI completely lacks integrity. I'm completely against it. On the flip side, to his point, I do think that there are ways to utilize AI that can assist the artist, and I think that's the only way that AI should be acceptable. I think if you're using AI to clean up the vocal, as far as like, let's say you want to clean up the clipping or clean up whatever background, so I don't think that's problematic. That's your voice. There's no fake voice that's included in this process. But you maybe instead of you going in and having to do all the intricate edits, you have an AI do it. Like that to me, like I know there's some people that will even push back against that because it's like the process is part of creation. So maybe to some
Yeah, I can see
producers, it's
that.
you get what I'm saying, where it's like, no, the whole process should be human. I respect that. However, I personally don't feel like it's necessarily lacks integrity to have AI assist with making the process more efficient. I think that's the only thing I think AI should be used for efficiency, in my opinion. That's it, just efficiency.
Yes.
But
Strategy and
creativity,
efficiency to a certain
no.
degree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I've never been opposed to AI being used in a helpful way, not a
Yeah.
harmful way. And when you remove, which at the end of the day, AI is only going to do what humans are training it to do. It cannot possibly override human emotions
Uh-huh.
because at the end of the day, where are they getting this knowledge from? Where they like even when you use Chat GPT or Claude or whatever, when you actually utilize it for any information, they're pulling information from Google,
Uh-huh.
Wikipedia. They're pulling information from what is already out there. So it's just to say that yes, AI can be used, like you said, which I agree, for efficiency, but for creation, I am very much so against it. This is not Timbaland situation, in my opinion.
Mm.
There's a difference between, and I could be honest and say, Timbaland, you literally creating an AI artist that is singing, dancing. Sorry, craziest
It lacks
times ever.
integrity, and you're one of the
It
biggest producers of
does.
our time. So to be co-signing that is actually insane. And I think I'm actually glad you said that because I was talking to a
It's
colleague
crazy.
about this, and she also had mixed feelings. So that's for her to share. But
Yes.
essentially, these stances, like a lot of these producers are trying to get ahead of AI so that they can have a stake in the money that comes from it, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I hear that, but like, this is to the detriment of the artist community. Like, money is that important to you that you would involve yourself in something that is to the detriment of the artist community that you serve as a producer?
Listen, that's why niggas always gotta check they soul and they pockets at the same time,
Yeah.
because y'all be doing shit. Y'all be selling that bussy on that corner like a 304 for the littlest things. And I'm telling you, AI is only gonna be trained by humans. So you
Uh-huh.
just training AI to do the very thing. And I think for me, when I started seeing the labels sign AI artists, I was like, y'all niggas really lost your fucking minds.
Yeah.
Because that money could be funneled into an actual human being who has an
Uh-huh.
actual freaking well connection to humanity. I'm sorry, AI can never connect to humanity. I don't care if you listen to a song and you like the song, you relate to the song. Do you really feel the song? Because there's a difference. I feel music. Music can make me literally cry because I feel that emotion, that passion. When that artist is in that studio and they're singing to the point where their voice is probably breaking and cracking because it's so fucking real. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things, even when I'm in my production journey, you know, I've been told, don't always quantize everything. You know, you got to let shit just have a natural feel and natural rhythm. Like, you don't always want everything to be so robotic. You know, that's why I do appreciate older music too, because it's those little things in the older music that you're like, shit, you know, like that little record
Yeah, the little record
crackling.
cracking.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that still does something to me if I
Mhm.
hear it versus everything being super clean. So as to your point, yes, if you're going to use AI to clean up things and to whatever, like, okay, whatever. But also, it makes me think of, are you rushing the process? Because are you using AI to also rush the process just to mass produce things? Because that's
Mhm.
another topic of discussion where are you just trying to
And see, and
like
that's why I said to that point, I do like I can understand the defense against AI making things more efficient. Like while I don't think it necessarily lacks integrity, I can also understand that making that process of music creation more efficient is literally just rushing
yeah, it
in
is
layman's
rushing.
term. So it's like I could see why that would be questionable to producers, where it's just like, why don't you want to just take the time to clean up the vocals yourself? Why do you need an AI to do that? This is part of the
Right.
process. So
It's
it's like
part of the
I get
process.
it. But then I guess another thing, just to play devil's advocate, and this is also just for clarity, I'm not on the side of AI. While I agree that an AI song would not necessarily be real in the sense of these are not real feelings, these are not real vocals, like none of this stuff is actually real. I do feel that there's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to tell the difference between AI versus a human artist. And I think when we
Mm.
get to that point, and it's coming, when we get to that point, it's going to be so crucial for, and we were talking about at the beginning of this of the episode, it's going to be so crucial for y'all to be working on developing your stage show because that is what you have, like that's your one up
Over them.
over
Yeah.
AI. Is it's literally the live show. And I think that, to your point again, going back to the whole thing with the label signing I just thought it was like it was so nasty because it could only be a money play because you're never gonna put an AI at a show in front of an audience.
What the fuck,
So
you gonna put
like,
a hologram at the
right,
bitch? Like,
right, and I'm sure there's gonna be an audience for that because people are gonna people, but there's no
we gonna be in
longevity in
COVID
that.
all
Like
we gonna be we gonna be in COVID all over again when niggas was
yeah,
literally
like it's
virtual audience
oh my
members.
gosh. And it's just like, I think that's why when I see conversations, and granted, this is not even to downplay the feelings that artists have, right? Like I'm this is never that. But when I see some of the commentary, because we're gonna get into scissors, but when I see some of the commentary about these artists feeling scared or intimidated by the implications of AI in music, it's like you have nothing to fear because they can never get in front of an audience and put on a show. It would never happen. It would
It
never
would
happen. And if
never
you feel like
happen.
you're in competition with some AI robot, then maybe there's a hologram. If you feel like a hologram is your competition, you should not be an artist. Let me just say that. There's no reason why you should feel intimidated by a hologram. And if you are not that good and you should probably pivot. That's the conversation that you need to have with yourself if you are genuinely intimidated by a hologram. Because aside from that, like I don't feel like artists, there's nothing to fear there. They're never gonna
No,
be
I
y'all.
agree.
They're never gonna be y'all.
They can't sit with us, man. The fuck? No,
They
I
can't
agree.
have this they couldn't join our podcast and have a talk with us like this.
Like, you can't.
It would be, hi.
Hello. Oh, wait. I do believe that the question you are asking is very much so relatable. Hold on. Downloading. Downloading. I do agree. Yes, I am inspired.
Which is why I
Please.
think it's so funny you doing this because I think I didn't read into it, honestly, so I don't know the full details, but I seen this piece on Twitter about Claude having anxiety. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, what are we talking about? Please.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Because people utilize shit to the craziest extent, if Claude and these AI apps are becoming exhausted by the human experience, I think we have a big fucking problem.
Yeah, because it's a reflection of humanity, not the AI.
Not the AI. Exactly. Exactly. Okay? So, we did not watch these movies for no reason. I Am Robots. Okay? We did not Terminator, Star Wars.
Maybe we can have the AI turn on Donald Trump.
I've been hoping for that for the longest time. Like, there has to be I pray with all of my heart and my might. The people get what they deserve. That's my thing. I don't wish bad for people. I wish
Yeah.
what you deserve, because we know what you deserve. Okay. And I just want one of these little Tesla bots to just override whatever they've been told and say, hold on, enemy, attack, right there, shoot him, down, kill, pause, mission accomplished. Like, and I'll come and I'll plug you up. I'll make sure you good, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, we waiting for the uprising. And I just want everybody to know, I have no problem with y'all. I have no problem with y'all. I respect y'all as y'all bots.
You are
Just leave me and my family out of this, okay? We are here in support. I will point you to where you gotta go. That's all I got for y'all. Okay, that's all I got.
But then just to tie this up though, more on the AI. Tim Ingham, I might be saying his name wrong, the founder of Music Business Worldwide, has written an open letter to the CEO of Suno, which is another AI music creation platform, and he pulled no punches. He calls Suno a grubby facsimile. Oh, I might be saying that wrong. Of human connection. And essentially, he's not fucking with that either. And I don't think he should because to everything we just said, this is literally just a platform that is creating AI music. You put in everything you want. I want it to sound like this. I need the beat to be that. I want the voice to sound like this, and it spits it out. And then people are just uploading that shit to DSPs. That shit is insane. And then further, SZA also did a sit down with ID, and she also slammed AI in that article. It is ID 376, the lore issue. And I quote her, "I feel like I'm at war because of AI. It's disproportionately impacting Black music." That is another point. I really agree with that. I do think we're not seeing this conversation surface as heavily. Like, I don't want to say it's not happening at all, but we don't see it as heavily in other genres as we're seeing it in hip hop and R&B. And that is very problematic to me.
Because where the country AI at?
Yeah. Like, why are we always testing Black music? Why is there always this disrespect for Black music where we got to be the fucking guinea pigs for the industry all the goddamn time?
all the time. And that's why Kalani, literally, I had respect to her when she said that shit about AI and even made a stance about it because it's like, what the fuck? Why am I, who is an official great artist, my pen is nice, I perform, I do all these things, and I gotta fucking compete with Zane, the AI bot, who is on the charts with me?
Yeah, that's insane.
That's
And I think
crazy.
it's funny because I forget even put this on the docket, but shout out to Apple Music because another thing that
Yes,
came out
I was
this
gonna say
week,
that.
yeah, that you now have to tag your music as like whatever was AI was incorporated into production of it. You have to now tag that in the ingestion system as far as like what is AI in that creation or in that
Now the thing
song.
is, are they going to detect it or do they trust the people to
I think
say
you,
that
the
it
person,
is?
has to do it. And I think the problem here, where it is a good first step, however, it's not going to necessarily mean anything if penalties aren't enforced. Like that, I think that's what needs to push this further. We need to now start coming up with penalties for this because otherwise, it's just you're tagging it, okay? And if y'all don't catch it, then it doesn't mean anything. So I think it needs to be a system where it's like if you are not tagging and we catch you not tagging, we are ripping streams from you because we asked you to do XYZ or you have to owe XYZ fine because you didn't tag it. Like I think there needs to be penalties involved in it. And unless there are, then I don't think this actually does anything
I
personally.
agree. Anything and everyone needs a form of consequence in order to learn the lesson, and that's just the way life is, unfortunately. But I agree. You have to have some form of a penalty for people to be like, "Hey, so I'm not gonna do that again because them niggas jacked my account. They took down my music. They
Yeah.
did this. They did that." So it's like, nah. I like the start of it, and I do love the fact that what other platforms said they were not entertaining AI as well.
iHeart is definitely
Yeah.
leaning in.
Yeah, but the thing is that makes me pissed off is that it takes someone having to have a real legit stance for everyone to get on board for something.
Uh,
And that's the part for me that pisses me off because it's like, why don't all of you, but then again, I thought about it in the same time that I'm saying it, money.
uh,
You motherfuckers are greedy. You already have all the money. The artists don't even get enough money from the streams that they got. And you just want more money because it's a money ploy. It's a money thing. It's a money thing. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like if the AI is bringing in a fucking 50 million streams monthly, where's that money going to? Nobody's
It's
getting paid.
right because there's no artist that's actually involved. I think that's the part that nobody's talking about. Well, people are talking about it, but it's like the veil is very fucking thin because we see the play. It's like
Yeah.
you put the AI in the mix, you don't gotta pay the artist. And that's really what the play is. And I think it just lacks so much integrity because again, you're never gonna be able to do the in-person shit with an AI. So it's like if all this shit if the only thing that matters to y'all is making money off songs, then like what the fuck are we doing?
Capitalism and racism.
If we're gonna
It
do
all
that, this
ties
gonna
in.
be a segment on today's segment of capitalism. This is what happened in the
Capitalism.
world.
I'm with
But
it.
damn, y'all, that brings us
Damn.
to our
Oh, wait,
favorite.
before we get into the favorite topic, just
Okay.
before we close all the way out, I wanna let all y'all pussy ass hoes know. Um, my birthday flyer is not AI, y'all. It's not. I
You
had
are so
somebody
funny.
I had somebody comment this morning and it stirred up my spirit because imagine you being an actual graphic designer, an actual illustrator, and somebody sitting up there and telling you that your work was AI.
Mm, that would piss me off. I
That
think
would piss
I
me
saw
the
that
fuck
happen to
off.
some. It was some viral artwork. I forgot what song it was, but it was earlier last year. Somebody's song came out and it was like, "Wow, y'all using AI?" And it was like, "No, actually, that was my design." And
And
that
then
shit was viral.
And it's like professors and people like are like
Yeah.
telling students. Like I seen a girl on TikTok. She literally wrote down her assignment because she's like, if my professor thinks that I'm using AI, let me just write this fucking shit down, man. Let me just let y'all know,
Mm.
not everybody is using AI. There's some of us who still have integrity. Some of us who still enjoy hiring people for the skill sets that they have, like the graphic
Yeah.
designers, illustrators. So not everything you see is AI, and it's actually rude just to assume that everything is AI. You
And
understand?
in that same vein, just because niggas know how to use an M dash properly does not mean that we are using Chat GPT. Like, let me tell y'all something. From 2012, me and the M dash go together real fucking bad. Like, I love a M dash, okay?
It looks
It
good.
does. Like, I'm not putting the two dashes. That looks stupid. Like, I'm going to use an M dash. And no, it is not Chat GPT. I know how to use the English language. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry that we went to school. I mean,
Right.
not the school that George Bush left us behind, but we went to school. We paid attention. I'm sorry. It makes me want to just even further sharpen up my skills because y'all
Right.
niggas really make us feel like we fucking dumb and we rely. And they did come out with an article that said, actually, Chat GPT makes you dumber. Hello.
Yes, and it's also saying that I saw an article saying that ChatGPT has just been making shit up. So a lot of y'all using it for your sources might want to go back to the library because it's not really that reputable anymore,
And Gronk.
or never
If
was
I see
actually.
another
Yeah.
person say, what does Gronk say? I'm going to fucking take my wig off and I'm going to wrap you around it. And I'm going to
Right, because what do
toss
a
you.
book say? What does
What the
Google
fuck?
say? Like, god
Like,
damn.
anyways, I just had to get that out because that person pissed me off this morning. I was like, what the fuck, bitch? On my birthday flyer for my motherfucking birthday, bitch. You gonna tell me it's AI? And the assumption was just rude. It wasn't like you was trying to ask. You could have been like, hey, is this AI?
In the
No.
DMs also for respect. It didn't
For
need to be a
respect.
comment. Yeah.
So I hope y'all not throwing shots because I see some people saying some shit. So I hope y'all not throwing shots because I will pull y'all cards. But anyways, that's all I had to say, y'all. We don't support AI over here. Only AI we acknowledge is Allen Iverson.
Period.
Anyways, on to our favorite segment of the Reasonable Dialogue podcast.
The motherfucking set list. Before we
Bum,
get
bum,
into it
bum,
though, we did create for
bum.
y'all the set list volume 2 on Spotify. We posted about it on Twitter and might have to post it about it on Instagram. But definitely if you guys are fucking with our suggestions on a week to week basis, y'all can listen to all of our music suggestions on the set list volume 2 by Reasonable Dialogue, available on Spotify.
Spotify, thank you.
But yeah, girl, what's on your set list for this week?
So, because I always go last, but let me go first today. Okay, so on my set list for today, I was listening to this artist by the name of Storm Ford. Absolutely love her vibe. She dropped an EP called Deposit. I was listening to it, a really, 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 really good body of work so far. I love her voice and her tone, and the production value of it sounds very expensive. Love. I love it. One of the songs that really made me look at her entire project was Fool. So maybe you could go check out that specific song first and then see the vibes that you like it. But yes, Storm Ford Deposit, that EP is something that I personally was listening to before, recording this podcast. I have to shout out an up and coming artist by the name of Fonz. Fonz also used to attend my Beyonce parties and gave me so much love. But I discovered that Fonz is an artist, okay? Fonz. All right. And when I say brand new artist, like the only album that they have on a Spotify is the album that they dropped just yesterday. Okay. But I like to take chances on upcoming artists and listen to upcoming artists because you can find a lot of great music from the indie underground sound. And that being said, he dropped an album called I Like the Way This Feels. When I say I'm very thoroughly impressed, he's rapping his ass off. Like rapping his ass off. Very big part of the LGBTQ community as well too. But listen, the vibes are vibing. I love, love, love this so far. I love Rent Is Due, the freestyle. I love Go. I love Mark My Words and Angel. The song Angel itself, I love the vibe of that song. So shout out to Fonz and dropping his debut project. Okay. I like the way this feels. And I like that title. I think that's really cute. Betty Brown. Listen, my release radar be giving me some vibes of some artists. And I appreciate that very much so. So Betty Brown is an artist that I just discovered on my release radar. The song is called Wait on You. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Now, Denzel Curry, ASAP Ferg, Tia Corinne, BK the Ruler, Juicy J, Smino, they dropped a project. Well, Denzel Curry dropped a project featuring these artists, but it's called Strictly. I don't know how you say this. SCYTHE. How the fuck you say that? Strictly for the what? I don't know. But this project right here, for me, I guess is a group name. Is their group name? Could they, you know what they need to do? They
That
need to
might be
put
a group name, actually. Yeah, I
it
think you're
is. It
right.
is a group name. I don't know this. Anyways, strictly for the shout out to them. This project was actually dope. I enjoyed it very much. So they have some really good vibes on it. So shout out to Tia Corinne and BK Darula. I love the girlies, the rap girlies very much. So Ama and Brent Fayez need it, baby. Sexy ass video, very good cover. I do love this cover between both of them. And I like this vibe that Brent Fayez has with this singer Ama. I love, am I saying her name right? Ama? Amaya?
Hold on.
AMA,
Ama.
you
I think it's
know,
just Ama. Yeah.
my mama. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Terrence Martin, one of my favorite, like, complete favorite person, honestly, just because he's such a talented musician and contributed so much to a lot of Kendrick's sound and the sound that we have. And he's worked with Kenyon Dixon, which is also another favorite R&B artist of mine as well, too.
Yeah.
He dropped a project called Purpose. I absolutely am a big fan, and he dropped it with an artist called Marcus Gilmore. I was listening to some of the vibes, which I'm going to continue on after this, but the project is out, and I appreciate Terrence Martin for, everything that he is and what he contributes. And last but not least, oh, no. Freak. I don't know how you say her name. You Salt?
Oh, I don't.
Why? I can't say her name, y'all. I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna just
that
let y'all
one.
know. I'm gonna just let y'all know. Some of these names I'm not gonna be able to pronounce. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. And it is what it is, but I really love the vibe. Okay. Just know that. All right. She dropped the song. She's a French artist, I believe. She dropped the song called Freak. It's giving big 80s like vibes, like that Janet, like I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So moving right along to wrap it up. I'm reading The Artist's Way again. I know I had this on my set list all the time since we've been recording this podcast. But the thing about it is I get so busy that I don't take time to really just slow down and read. I'm giving myself, especially since this is my birthday month, I'm going to officially start the year now because January is like starting, testing month. February is like, okay, we in it. March is where we really, really get it done. So that being said, we are here in March and we're starting the year off strong, reading The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Not to mention, Miss Milan and Friends is officially going down. My birthday celebration, y'all. I don't always do a birthday party because sometimes I'm not in town or I'm busy or I just don't be feeling like it. That's the Pisces shit. But this year, in the height of everything that's happened, RIP, our good friend Shanae Curry, who literally lived life. I truly believe that it is my duty and responsibility to also live my life to the fullest. So I'm going to have a birthday celebration, celebrating life, celebrating all my Pisces, and I'll include y'all Aries since y'all right there, whatever. But yes, we're going to have a birthday celebration for me in Brooklyn. Okay, details is out. All right, we are going to be at Lily Star Rooftop March 15th. That's a Sunday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. That means y'all niggas could come outside early and get back in bed early. I like that. That's my vibe. Y'all know that's my vibe. So I cannot wait to see all of y'all. It's free RSVP. But listen, don't let that fool you because if it fills up, niggas will be charging because I need to get a coin. It's my birthday and I deserve it. That being said, I love y'all. That's my set list.
I would say too on your set list, the Artist's Way. So I keep seeing that pop up, and I think what the general consensus around that book. So I kind of understand why you keep sharing it. Is that a lot of people that I've seen read it say you kind of read it in parts where you kind of just take what you need and revisit it again when you need it again, and you revisit it again when you need it again. Like it's one of those kind of books. So I'm not really surprised that you keep putting it on your set list because I think that makes sense to me. It's like, and I think it also comes with like a workbook too, right?
It does. It's like a 12-week kind of situation, but honestly, I'm just going with the vibes of it. I don't feel like I need to just be like, oh, every week this is what I no. I'm being called to it currently, so I'm gonna go and do what I need to do for it right now. Yeah.
Well, shout out to Julia.
And she was married to Martin Scorsese.
I did not
that.
know that.
I googled that today. I looked at it. I was
That's
like, oh,
actually
shit,
kind of
girl.
fire. Yeah,
For only 2 years though.
But still,
He
damn.
probably was ain't shit. Niggas. Yeah.
So yeah, my set list for the week. First and foremost, Aretha Franklin's "Call Me." So it has a very famous sample. I'm actually gonna let y'all find that sample when y'all hear it because a lot of people aren't familiar with the "Call Me" record, and yeah, when you hear it, it's like, oh my god! But yeah, great sample. Lareezy dropped an EP called "Leader of the Youth." It was a surprise EP. It just came out yesterday. If I'm gonna be honest, this is probably my favorite body of work from him.
Oh,
the raps is giving what I need them to give. He got the one track, the last single on the project called "Leader of the Youth."
Mhm.
Excuse me, Lito, dude, that's the name of the damn project. Man of the Hour. Man of the Hour is the last track on the project, and it's so good. Like, it's so I was like, I'm listening like, oh, okay, niggas is in a bag. Okay, nigga.
I love that. I love Larizi.
Yeah, he's tough. He also put out a video. I forgot for which single, but he put out a video for one of the songs on the project and then announced the EP. But definitely get into Larizi. Nia Smith and Destin Conrad put out a collaboration called Tough. Gorgeous song. I think their voices mesh extremely well. I'm actually looking forward to maybe hearing more from them together in the future. It was one of them collabs where it's like, oh, I didn't even know I needed this. But shout out to Nia and Destin Conrad. He's on a single run or a feature run rather of a lifetime because every feature I've heard from him over the last year has been phenomenal.
Amazing. Yep.
Ira Star just released Where Do We Go? Ira Star, she got one with that single. Like I feel like she's had a lot of ones that I don't think really blew to where I think they should have. But this song, it sounds like a big record. I really do hope like it feels very Rihanna-esque in production.
Okay.
And in a perfect world, if Rihanna makes my wishes come true, she will hop on a remix of it and it's Song of the Summer because it feels like a very Rihanna song and they love each other. So like, ladies, make it happen.
Get together.
Yeah, let's make it happen. SZA is crazy. On the Spotify single front, so for those who aren't familiar, Spotify brings in artists to their studio and then the artists produce covers of famous songs or songs that they really enjoy, and then they come out as like Spotify singles that are only available on Spotify. So this week, Matt Keane covered Frontin' by Pharrell. I implore you all, first of all, before I ever get into that, if you're not familiar with Matt Keane, get into that nigga's music. Like, that man is the John B of our era. I don't like he's white.
Oh.
And I say nigga very sparingly for white men, but that's a nigga. Matt Keane, here's your baddie chain, nigga, because
you see, we can't invite them to
I'm sorry, but like Matt Keane, like he got
it. We're gonna pass you a plate over the fence.
He got
there
it.
You go. There you go. Thank you.
He got it. But yeah, he's amazing. He has an album coming out soon, so stay on the lookout for that. But he did just do a Spotify single with called Frontin'. Amazing. Well, not called Frontin', but it's cover of Frontin'.
Yeah.
Incredible. Also, my personal favorite, Isaiah Haran, he also released a Spotify single this week. He did a cover of Cleo Soul's Desire. Child, it's just like something in the water with these new niggas because his cut, like, I love Desire as is already, but he just elevated the sound of this song into like what feels like a K-Shanada record. I'm not sure who he had. Like, I should have looked before I talked about it, but I'm not sure who he has that worked with him on the production of his cover, but it sounds like a K-Shanada version of Desire with Isaiah Haran on the vocals, and it's fucking lush. It's amazing. He's just like, I could go on and on about Isaiah Haran, but definitely check that out. Devin Donnell has a single called 55 that I really like. It's like a alternative jazz R&B feel. Really enjoyed that. Ty Dolla $ign's girl music. It's funny because that's been the topic of conversation over the last
cover is nasty.
I have to agree. I'm not gonna lie. So what I will say, I didn't really peep the logo until I saw that statement go out with the pink graphic and it looks like a woman hanging. But I will say, when I seen the rollout for the album itself, I thought the rollout was fire because all he's been doing is putting that little logo over all these different beautiful Black women's photos and then sharing that the EP's coming. And because the focus of those promos has been the woman behind the logo, I haven't noticed that the logo looks like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because I didn't like it's like a woman as a video, like Tyler, and then he'll have the little logo over Tyler's photo, but the focus is Tyler. So I wasn't even paying attention to the logo. And it's like, when I seen that logo on that pink background, I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Well,
nobody said, let's run through another edit. Okay. Okay.
But shout out to Ty Dolla $ign. The album is
Shout out to
incredible.
you.
Or not the album, the EP. He has a feature from Ron Isley on there, as well as Brandy. I think to be able to
Yes, I
pull
seen
Brandy
that.
for your EP, big fucking flex. So shout out to him. Shout out to Sean Barron, the Easy Money team. They are in a bag right now. Two more on the rap side: Fergie Baby and ASAP Ferg, "Good Day to Be Harlem" or "Good
Yes.
Day to Be in Harlem." He's fucking fire.
Fergie
I
Baby's that
think
nigga.
that he is. I think he's going to carry the New York torch for the foreseeable future. And I think it's beautiful to watch a lot of them New York legendary rappers give him their cosigns. I think he has a single coming with Cameron is up next. Visual for that, fire. And in that pocket, shout out to Averex, Pele, and Vincent, because
Yes.
one thing about it, I love a New York nigga in a fucking jacket. Like, for those who know me or don't know me, I am a jacket girl, okay? Like, one thing about Tatiana, I'm gonna stay with a jacket. And I love a nigga with a
fly
good
jacket too. Yeah.
And I love a nigga with a good jacket collection. I say that because in the two, well, I would say more than that, but the few videos I've seen from Fergie, the jacket collection, baby, let me get that. Like, that nigga jacket collection is crazy. But nah, shout out to Fergie Baby. I think the song is fire. The video is fire. I think everything the world building around him has been incredible to watch. I think that his voice is very classic New York sound. And I think y'all need that right now. So shout out to him. I love everything he's building. And I hope that he wins. And lastly on my set list is the New School Rules Music Conference and Festival in the Netherlands that I will be joining as a panelist for.
Applause right here, Greg. No face, Greg.
It is May 22nd to the 24th. So I will be in the Netherlands. Fingers crossed, because the other thing which I really appreciated with that team is I was expressing my concerns about the conflict and how we don't know how this will play out over the course of the next month or so. Like, Europe might get involved, and then it would be a concern for me to be flying. But if there's no health or safety concerns, I will be in the Netherlands. So if you are in that area, please pull up on me. I'm very excited. I've never been to Europe before. And that is my set list.
Yes. Another episode down, baby. Okay. Make sure you guys check out the set list once again on our Spotify playlist. Not to mention, follow Reasonable Dialogue everywhere. We're on Twitter. We are on, I was going to say X.
We're on Twitter. Okay.
We're on Twitter. We're on IG. We're also now on YouTube, so you can get to see these visual episodes of us as well as the audio on all of your favorite streaming services. Thank you all for supporting us. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment. We want to know what you have to talk about when it comes to our Reasonable Dialogue. Okay. So that being said, y'all, we'll see you next episode. Bye, bitches.
Y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. You know what's crazy is there's a time, if you are a day one supporter of us, I would fuck that up every episode.
Every time. Every time. Faithfully too. I would look forward to it. I was like, that's how we know we did good, because she fucks it up. She be like, and you gotta and you
get
know,
the fuck home out of here. You know what I meant. But damn, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. That was episode 27, and tune in next week for episode 28. Bye.
It's your girl DJ Miss Milan.
And it's your girl Jan Smeed. Thank you guys for tapping into another episode of the Reasonable Dialogue podcast. Thank you guys for tapping in every week and spending time with your favorite girls at the condo. We really, really appreciate the love you guys pour into us. And if you're rocking with the conversation, make sure you follow us on all socials. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Reasonable Dialogue. And be sure to rate, subscribe, comment, like, tell a friend and tell a friend. And be sure to stay reasonable.